How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 5 of the Pixelgon podcast. A day early due to some scheduling issues with my buddy here, Mr. Miguel Santiago. How's it going, Miguel?
Top of the morning, dude. How you doing?
Top of the morning to you, sir. Hey, what? Got some tea, mate?
I got beer. It's
Oh,
it's. Don't get me wrong. It's
not,
pussy beer, but it's still
oh,
beer.
not as British as my tea, I see.
Oh no,
Um,
not as classy.
yes, I'm sure I offended at least one person who listens to us, because that's the amount of people who are currently listening to us. No.
One.
So, yeah, we're here with episode 5 of the podcast. We're just going to jump right into our What's in
It's
the
an
News
exciting
section.
week. It's an exciting week, Derek.
So,
Because you know what happened? You know what happened?
there was an earthquake in Japan. No, that
No,
didn't happen. So,
no.
there was an earthquake through the internet.
There was.
Yeah.
It was crashing everything, destroying records, just breaking internet sites. It was just hilarious.
So,
It
yeah.
was awesome.
So, this is not necessarily video game related, although we'll tie it in somehow, I'm sure.
Of course.
But the Star Wars Force Awakens, aka Star Wars 7, aka the highest grossing movie that has not yet been released.
Yep.
Full trailer had been released this weekend.
And
So,
it's fantastic.
so let me pull that up on screen here. I am a person who was not actually that excited for
And
this
that's
new
why
Star
I hate
Wars. Like, it was whatever. I'm super, like, I was expecting it to be bad, to be honest.
Well, that's the best way
But
to expect it, though.
and then it kind of blew my expectations out of the water a bit.
It is
And
amazing. I mean, so far, Disney and J.J. Abrams has played this to just on point. Everything, little by little, everything they've been giving in us, all the celebration we've had because of this movie. Disney has been able to take a true thing that we it is part of our childhood. It is part of a part of us nerds, and just blew it out into amazing performance proportions. And this movie just. I just don't see right now. Of course, I can be wrong.
yeah,
How it can fail? It is just so good. Everything we've seen in that trailer was just epic. That's the best way to describe it. It's just pure epicness.
I had a couple concerns. This
Of course,
dark
you did. You
stormtrooper
always
guy sounds really weird. The one right before he's talking about like finishing what Vader started.
Yep,
His
Kylo Ren.
voiceover sounds super weird. I don't
Well,
know
it's
why.
Star Wars though.
Yeah.
It's how villains, I guess, it's part of how it works. But
Yeah.
there is quite a lot of speculations going around these characters. But Kylo Ren is one of my favorite things about what's going on. And obviously, this is not spoilers, so no spoilers alert. Of course, we haven't seen the movie.
Yeah.
But so Kylo Ren is not a Sith.
Okay.
Kylo Ren is actually part of what appears to be the Knights of Ren, which is kind of like a Camelot-based theme, where they have the Knights of Camelot, the Knights of the Round Table,
Mhm.
and that kind of leads to why he has a broadsword as a lightsaber with the sabers at the sides. So basically, he is a fanatic. We don't know why, but he's a fanatic of Darth Vader, and he is looking to finish what he starts. So it is very interesting, and it's quite noticeable that obviously he's after the characters in the movie, Finn and Rey, because they have Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber, and he
Oh
wants
wow.
that.
Okay.
So it's pretty interesting. Yeah, that blue saber that
Yeah.
Finn has is not his saber. That is actually the saber that Luke Skywalker, when his hand got chopped off at Cloud City and Empire Strikes Back, falls down Cloud City. That's his lightsaber. So they want
Interesting.
that.
Okay.
So it does seem everything so far. It's so epic. And the moment that you see Leia in Han, the moment where you hear Rey saying, "I've heard the stories," and you hear
Yeah.
Han Solo saying they're all true, the excitement just goes off the roof, man. It's so awesome. I'm
My
super excited for this movie.
I'm so I was not remotely excited, and then passing interest, and now super pumped from a
Well, yeah.
trailer. But I have a couple concerns. I hope that they don't spend too much time trying to milk the nostalgia factor of Harrison Ford and all the old actors from the first series that they're trying to do. I hope that doesn't happen, where they're just milking that.
So far, what we've
But
heard,
from what I saw, It looks
No,
fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, so yeah. So what we've heard is that these big characters, Han Solo, Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker, they're actually, they've been demoted to secondary characters.
Okay.
They're important to the story, of course, but they're not the stars. The star is Finn, who's played by John Bodega, and Rey, who is played by Daisy Ridley. Those are the star. Oh, and the other character, I forgot the actor name, but the character I think is Joe Demenon. I don't remember. So the
Sure.
stories will be focused on those three characters, with the original cast being like a secondary important part of the movie. So
Sure.
far, I don't see that your concern might not be a problem. But I am excited. I mean, we haven't even seen Luke Skywalker's not even face in this whole process. It's just definitely very awesome.
I know. Were you online when the trailer actually got released? Like in those 2 or 3 minutes when it got released?
Unfortunately, I was not.
So it was pretty funny because I have literally nothing to do all day. And I was online, and when the trailer got released, the internet just crawled
Yeah,
with Comcast, at least. Like
it was just
for
crazy. It
like
was
2 or 3 minutes, and the first thing I thought is, oh, okay, the trailer's probably out now.
Yep. And it's the first time it actually got me excited for football, because it was supposed to to be set to air during the halftime in the Monday Night Football, and it was just amazing. I mean, right now I just hope in my very soul I feel like it's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be what we expect from a Star Wars movie, and it's gonna make good. And I trust J.J. Abrams, so let's see, man. I'm really hopeful. So it's gonna be awesome.
You did say that, Emma. I noticed it as well when it came out. Um, it's super interesting, actually.
Yep.
But yeah, it was really funny that is what happened,
Yep.
and
Battlefront, man.
yeah,
Battlefront. Trust me,
Battlefront hype.
the hype is real.
There's a lot of merchandising hype going on right now
It's
with
Star
Star
Wars,
Wars.
dude.
It's fucking everywhere to the point where
It's
I was almost sick of it. But now that I saw the trailer, I'm kind of interested again.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is history in America, and I'm pretty sure, and I'm willing to put money down that this movie is gonna outsell Avatar, and it's gonna be #1 movie, most grossing movie of all time. So, I'm hopeful. I'm more than excited. I am pumped.
Yeah, exactly. So that's Star Wars. We'll get that out of the way.
Yep.
So we wanted to move on a bit and talk about a couple other things today about some things going on in the news. So Pokken Tournament is something that had been announced for a while now. It's like a Pokemon Tekken sort of mashup.
Oh yeah.
Basically a Pokemon fighting game. Way different
It,
than, for instance, Super Smash Brothers was.
Yeah, and this episode so far is my favorite. We started out with
Yeah.
Star Wars, and we're moving along to Pokemon, which is another one of my most favorite franchises.
So yeah, there's some arcade cabinets for this that were released, and you can actually, if you're in New York, over at Times Square, you can go play this right now in the U.S. at an arcade tournament, or at an arcade anyway. I think it's at a Dave and Buster's is what was listed. But
Yeah.
are you interested in seeing this game maybe come over to the States in full? Is this something you might actually want to play?
Oh yeah,
How do
so
you feel
it
about
is
this?
confirmed. It is confirmed to come to the U.S. and it's coming to the Wii U. I'm not sure if it's going to be an arcade cabinet for long. I know they have the exclusivity with Dave and Buster's. So the game is set to look like a fighting game, and you look at it and you can
Yeah.
see it's a fighting game, but it's not played like a fighting game. It is basically a. Have you ever played the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm
I haven't played that,
games?
no.
Okay, so it's basically a fighting game, but it is simple. It is very simple. It is just one or two buttons to do combos. And then you have like dedicated buttons for special moves, dedicated buttons for other things. And then if you want to get close, even though it's 3D, in reality, you just move either towards the opponent or away from the opponent. So it's very simple game controls. The game so far, what I've heard, I haven't been able to play it. So far, the reactions have been very positive. Whether or not this is going to be a game we're going to see, at Evo next year, I don't know. It's too early to say because of course, just because they have simple control doesn't mean it's a not a deep game, but right now we know so little of it, we don't know how deep it goes. So I am very I'm dying to play it. It is definitely it's Pokemon, so I'm gonna play it for sure. And the fact that it's a game where you actually can fight like the actual Pokemon instead of being the trainer giving orders, it's pretty exciting. I can't wait to play it.
Yeah, it almost seems like a mashup of like there's been games in the past where you get to play as the Pokemon, I guess, kind of like Pokemon Ranger or
Yeah.
the Poke Park series, I guess, but those have been much more
The
casual.
Yeah, no, the mystery
Yeah,
dungeons are. I
or
think.
Mystery Dungeon. Yeah.
Yeah, if you think about games that actually the new one's coming out now on November 20th. If you think of games where you control the Pokemon instead of the actual trainer, that would be things like Mystery Dungeon, and they're great.
Yeah.
But the fact that you actually can real time play with the character, it is amazing. So I'm excited to see what details they do, what things. I mean, because it's gonna have a quite like it's not going to be the roster I believe is not going to be that big at the beginning. Where it expands is the fact that you have your Pokemons that you use as fighter, but you also have your support Pokemon. And your support Pokemons are those like if you remember Tekken Tag, there was a way that you could bring temporarily the character that you use in Tekken for him to do like a quick combo and then leave. Well,
Okay. Yeah.
these support Pokemons do exactly that. They come in, they help you, and then they go away. So that expands the roster even more.
Yeah. It looks like
So it is very interesting.
yeah. There's some sheets of sort of the combo attacks that they have and stuff. Very classic Pokemon attacks like Aurora Beam, Hydro Pump, Blizzard. It looks pretty sweet. I'd be interested in trying it out. So.
Oh yeah, it's coming for Wii U next year, confirmed. So guys, if you like Pokemon like me, don't miss it out. It's gonna be freaking sweet.
Yep. We're gonna move on again here real quickly. So we wanted to talk a little bit about Konami. Konami, as some people have known, anyways, has been having a lot of issues lately with their focus.
Really?
Focus. There we go.
You don't say.
With quite a bit of things. Dead Series, Metal Gear has been having issues as well, and there's been talks about Hideo Kojima leaving the company finally. And that information came out, looks like on the 9th, the New Yorker reported that he was leaving, and then day after, Konami comes out and says that he's not leaving, he's just on vacation.
What?
So apparently he's not leaving, he's on vacation, but which is super weird, and I think they're trying to sort of divert attention away from it to say that they know Konami's doing fine, but it's definitely going down the shitter. They're certainly not.
Yeah, well, we'll summarize, right?
Well.
It's going down the shitter.
So looking into it a little bit more, Kojima is leaving Konami, but he's technically not. He hasn't left Konami until he's run out of his vacation days.
That's what it seems. Yep.
So what they're saying is no, he's not leaving. He's just on vacation, and then he's leaving.
Good one, US man, the rad. That's pretty funny. Yeah, Damage Control Rabbit. Oh, he hasn't left. He's on vacation. He's still there. Investors, please don't